10:30 at night. Look at this food court. It is full of people. They're living it up here in Florida. Tomorrow is the 3500 main event, Seminole Hard Rock Poker Open. Hope you can hear me. It's pretty loud in here. I'm going outside where it's conceivably louder. I lost a $2,000 tournament today. I think I played reasonably well. Tried out a few things. I learned from the people over at Poker, their backing site, program, conglomerate, and all those things worked out great. So that's a lot of fun. I lost all my all-ins though. I lost with sevens to queen jack to bust. I lost with ace queen to pocket tens. And I lost with ace two suited to ace king offsuit. I 3-bet with the ace two suited, and then a short stack behind me, 4-bet all in, and I called him. And me, being quote-unquote new to live poker, this is my first live tournament in about 6 months. The flop came something, 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 river was a 2. Dealer said, oh wow, that's unlucky. And I looked and I was like, oh wow, I clearly won. But no, I didn't. My opponent river to flush. He knew he river to flush. The dealer didn't know he river to flush, and apparently neither did half the table. So I trusted the people at the table. If you know one thing about poker, it is to not assume your opponents at the table have a clue about what's going on. So anyway, looks like they have food trucks out here. I'll show you some food trucks. There's one over there. Looks like they have tacos. Tacos and egg rolls. Seems right up my alley. Anyway, life's going great. I'm happy to be in Florida. I miss my son, but that's okay. Got to work at some point, I think. Or maybe I don't. Who knows? Maybe I'll just stay home. I'll become a recluse with my baby. Anyway, tomorrow's the main event, 3500. Last year, this was a great tournament. My good friend Justin Young won it, and I'm going to try to win it this year. Last time I was here at the Hard Rock, they had a lot of bars and restaurants outside, but this time they're completely all under construction. Construction net right over here. It's kind of weird. Hello. You're famous on the internet now. Maybe. Here we are the morning of the 3500. Every machine in the gym was pretty much full, even all the ones in the back. Good job for the poker players. I'm happy to see that.
We also want to wish you the very best of luck in your quest to make it to the final table and to win a seat into the Tournament of Champions coming up next week. So players, best of luck to all of you. Dealers, shuffle up and deal.
I don't want to get into that level anymore. Second to last fucking game.
So I made day 2 of the $3,500 buy-in World Poker Tour event with 182,000 chips. That is 6 starting stacks, which is probably good for about 2.5 times average. So that's obviously a very good day. We'll be resuming at, I think, 600, 1,200, so I'll have about 150 big blinds, which is plenty of chips. I had a pretty rough start to the day. I got down to about half of my starting stack just by losing every pot. I had a few, I think, somewhat standard turn and river bluff spots that I took and they failed, and that gave me a really poor image. And from there, I just started value betting much more thinly than I, quote unquote should, and my opponent started calling me with all sorts of garbage, and that worked out great. I obviously had a few, quote unquote gifts, which is obviously nice. One hand, which I thought was particularly fun. Under the gun raised to 1,050 at 250, 500, so 2.05 big blind raise or whatever it is. I called in the big blind with King of Clubs, 10 of Hearts. Out of a, I think he had about 26,000 to start the hand, so he had about 50 big blinds. I had a lot more at this point. I think I had about 50,000. Flop came King 8-6, all hearts. So I have top pair and a 10-eye flush draw. I check, he bets 1,000 into the 2,500 or 3,000 pot. I call. Turn is another, I'm sorry, it was King 8-6. Turn was another 8. Which is, a kind of pretty irrelevant card. I checked, guy bet 1,000 again into now a 4,500 chip pot. And I, of course, call. River's a king, so now I have a full house. And pot was about 6,500 or 7,000 at this point. And he had 23,000 or so behind. So I thought if I checked, he would check behind here a ton with all of his pairs, like pocket aces, pocket queens, pocket jacks, etc. If he had a king, obviously it doesn't matter because we're chopping. If he has a flush, I thought he would probably call if I led. So I decided to lead. I don't do a whole lot of leading whenever I just get there, especially if I'm not going to be bluffing too often. And in this spot, I really don't think I'm bluffing very often at all because I think if I bet, I'm going to get looked up. But I decided to bet 18,000 into the 7,000 or so pot. And he thought for a while, and he called with the ace of hearts, ace of spades for pocket aces. So I was actually drawing really thin. But, you know, if you're drawing to 2 outs and you get paid 18 to 1 on your money, it's not so bad. So that was a pretty lucky hand. That helped me out nicely. I also won a pretty big all-in pot where I raised to 2,500 with ace king of spades. A loose aggressive kid 3-bet to 7,000. Another kid who had been like looking to shoot a stack in, he went all in for 20,000. I re-raised to, well, I put the other guy all in for about 25, and the other guy snap called as well, the guy who made it 7, and my ace king of spades beat another ace king and pocket queens. So that was another pretty lucky hand that I had. But all in all, it was a good day. I did not feel much pressure at that table, which is always nice. Like whenever I opened, I wasn't really getting 3-bet much. I wasn't getting 4-bet a lot. Whenever I did decide to put in a cold 4-bet or, you know, 4-bet someone who was squeezing, it all worked. And it was a nice day. Sometimes you just happen to have pretty nice days, and that's exactly what I had today. Tomorrow I'm going to meet up with, actually I don't know how many people are going to show up, but a few members from the pokercoaching.com training site that I'm part of, and also Float the Turn. I said, you know, if anyone wants to meet up in Florida to have breakfast, I am happy to do it. So we are going to go have breakfast at the Blue Plate Cafe at, I think, 10 a.m. I'm probably going to wake up at about 8:20 and go to the gym. I'm on this thing called the Shortcut to Shred. Dale Negron who turned me on to it, and so far I'm about 3 weeks in. I haven't missed a day. I don't plan on missing any days. And in order for me not to miss tomorrow, I have to wake up about 8:20. I'm going to go to the gym, work out, come back, shower, go eat breakfast, and then go play the poker tournament. And I'm always a little bit concerned. I'm not really concerned, but I'm aware that I could be tired. And I certainly don't want to be playing tired, but at the same time, I feel great. I got a lot of sleep last night. I feel fully prepared, and I'm ready to continue tackling these tournaments.
Okay.